The students of Fairplains Elementary had a cow in the best way possible today. Our LV Hissam has more on this marvelously goated event.
I'm having a heart attack. I love it.
Me too. R&R Highland Farms paid a visit to Fairplains Elementary School with a petting zoo where students and teachers had the chance to hold, pet, and learn about the various farm animals that were present.
She is very heavy.
Learn about our animals, the different breeds, what they eat, what makes them unique, and it's an opportunity for kids who sometimes would never have gotten an opportunity to be around a farm animal.
Goats, a piggy, a Pyrenees puppy, and of course a few Highland cows, or should I say Highland coos, were present to make the kids' days all the more special.
This here is Winona. She is one of our mini Highland cows, and then we have two other mini Highland cow calves with us. We have Priscilla.
I love you, Priscilla! I love Priscilla!
And we have Elvira, and then we have several of our goats. I won't go through and name them all, but we have several goats, and then we have our Great Pyrenees puppy, who is Cowgirl, and we have one of our little pigs with us, and her name is Rue.
Co-owner of R&R Highland Farms, Katrina Richards, says that her and her husband Jay hope that the lessons the kids take away involve learning that having animals is fun, but that they are also a lot of work and responsibility.
We try to teach them, you know, how we take care of them, what's necessary, what they eat in a day, and learning responsibility as far as caring for another animal and learning that they are part of us.
You can train them to be house goats. You can actually live and train them.
No!
You know, they're part of our culture, and they help us. They provide food for us. They provide milk for us. And we just like teaching the kids that sort of thing about a farm animal.
Having a marvelous time in Parkersburg. LV Hissam for WTAP News. This is home.
To learn more about R&R Highland Farms and any events they have coming up, you can head over to our online article at WTAP.com.